Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League and let's try to get some wins. We're going to be using the Dewgong paired with the Annihilape and the Shadow Marowak in the back. Decent lead. They actually swap into their Annihilape and we are going to fire off an Icy Wind and then head into the Marowak here. We are going to be able to tank that close combat much easier because it is debuffed, and we see the Azu in the back. We are going to be able to get 2 bone clubs, and this is really good chip damage, and you can see they're roughly at 50% health. And now we force the switch out. This is going to be a fly from this Talonflame, but it should be okay because we are going to have the opportunity to debuff them. Here comes another move. This is going to get shielded so that we can get off another Icy Wind. This is going to bring them back to normal damage, and we're just going to switch out here and we get them to switch out into the Azu. So now we're going to be able to ramp up some energy. We need to get the farm down here. Play Rough is used, huge damage. Ooh, no farm down. And unfortunately unable to farm down with our Dewgong. So GG to our opponents, kind of close considering they had a similar safe swap, so to speak. We really didn't have a great answer to that Annihilape switch in. Okay, here we can switch out and we're going to see if they're going to throw a Trailblazer or not. We decided to shield that because that would be super effective damage. Looks like our opponent is staying in, and okay, they're going to be able to get to another move here. This is going to be a boosted Swift, so that's going to deal a decent amount. So we decided to double shield, and then we get them to dip out of there. We see the Claydol come in, and this is going to be a little bit better for us here because now we have Dewgong to match up against this Claydol. They throw the debuff on us, and they reveal a Tinkatongue in the back. This is going to force them to use some energy here. Play Rough is enough to take us out. And now we have to see if we can potentially catch a move, maybe? Let's see. Okay, there's the catch. Hoping for the Play Rough. Okay, that's a good amount of energy. And now we have energy on our Annihilape to try to win this game. Rage Fist is shielded, and now we get to another Rage Fist here. This is going to allow us to take out this Claydol, and hopefully the boost is going to take them down, and that's exactly what happened. So GG to our opponents, boosted Annihilape for the win. Able to just find some farm and ramp up the counter damage. Okay, we got the Dewgong versus the Gastrodon here. This is kind of a neutral situation. Gastrodon pretty tanky. Okay, we force out the switch into the Furret, and now we have the exact matchup we need. We don't have to show anything on the first try. Trailblaze, good neutral damage, boost after attack. But now we're going to be able to fire off a Ice Punch, and they end up shielding it to get the farm down. That is really, really good on their parts. We're going to get potential farm down here after the shielding, and yes, that's the case. They come back in here with the Gastro, and we're going to shield that as well because we are going to have a good amount of energy to throw back at this Gastro. We got the debuff, and we're going to switch out here and soak up this damage. Okay, we get the debuff on the Marrow, which is really, really unfortunate. But now we have Clocksire versus our Marowak. We are going to be able to outpace them to 2 moves. This is going to be some good chunk. We force them to throw some energy here. Earthquake, huge amount of energy. I'm going to fire off this Icy Wind before they get to any move. Could be a Sludge. We don't know what their second move is, and we are going to be able to win that game with the farm down. So GG's to our opponent. Kind of a tricky end game there, but we were going to have enough energy with our Dewgong for the win. Dewgong versus Superior. Pretty neutral here. Both of us are doing super effective fast move pressure. Now we're gonna have to just shield, respecting Frenzy, but they go for the bait, so a great bait. We're gonna fire off the Icy Wind. We grab the shield back. And now, do we want to shield a debuffed Frenzy? Answer is no. And that allows us to get to another Icy Wind. They decided to let it go as well, and they barely survive. So we get the farm with the Annihilape. And okay, a little bit of an energy advantage versus this Baralligator is actually very handy because we cap tie onto the move, which allows us to potentially shield here. No, we don't shield because they've already used the shield, and now we're just going to try to win this game with the Marowak. We shield, and we're looking for the farm down. Oh, no farm down, but their backline does not want to see this Marrow, and we undercharge there to get an extra Mud Slap, which allows us to get enough energy to throw another Bone Club before they reach their move. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that end game. Had to be pretty precise, and we had to just make a prediction on what they had in the back. All right, we got the Gastrodon versus our Dewgong in the lead. This is okay. We are going to be able to get to this Icy Wind before they get to any of their big moves. So no matter what, this is going to be a debuff move. So we predict that they are going to go for the Earth Power, and they actually go for it. So that means that we can potentially either catch the moves or potential farm down. And we get another debuff, unfortunately, even though it's a debuffed. And now we're gonna fire off this Rock Slide because we could only get to one move at this point. So now we at least bait out the Mandibuzz. This Mandibuzz doesn't have to potentially face our Annihilape. We go for the Icy Wind here, and it doesn't quite KO, which allows us to farm it down. And here's a tricky situation because we both are not throwing we are both throwing resistor fast moves, but we get to our moves quicker. Okay, they try to catch the move, and that might be our key to victory because of that extra farm there. Double boosted Rage Fist. Here comes another move here. We have to shield, and we're just going to rely on the counter damage, and down goes their team. So GG's to our opponents, able to win that game with the boosted Annihilape. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.